Hi everyone who watches this, my name is Kent James Shillito and this is my new motorcycle steering design, the Kejashi, or the engineers out there may just call it a three-caster motorcycle. I found in life that pretty much nothing is original, so please let me know if this isn't. I couldn't find anything like it, that's why I decided in January 2023 to dust off my welder and bring my idea to life. My main aim of this design was to reduce lean angle for a given corner speed as we're stuck at the limit. Less lean angle is favourable in that it allows the suspension to work properly when cornering, and also beneficial on corner exit where the camber thrust steering effect is reduced on the rear tyre, trading back some extra traction for acceleration. The second problem to solve was the unique difficulties motorcycles face in producing genuine aerodynamic downforce as they lean over. Rider position stalling certain aero elements helps, and also the use of ground effect, but current downforce levels are quite low. Aerodynamic downforce is obviously favourable for the increase in traction and anti-wheelie it provides, as long as you've got the power to push it and the tyres that can handle it. As a motorcyclist, the gap between Formula 1 and MotoGP in terms of lap times is just embarrassing. Bikes are at least 20 seconds a lap slower. Look at that corner speed. The child in me dreams of one day building a fully optimised 300 horsepower Kejashi timeattack weapon with all the current MotoGP tech that can close up that terrible lap time deficit to a more respectable margin. Anyway, back to reality. Hopefully soon I'll get my very functional 250cc two-stroke prototype out on track for a proper test. I'll definitely get some more footage when I do. This project started out with my 2010 Honda CBR 125R that I used to ride to work. I didn't want to wreck its good frame, so I just bought another written off one. Building the front end, I just used the close one eye alignment method. It rides straight, no hands on the bars, so it must be close enough. The frame material I used was just scrap mild steel, so it's a little on the heavy side, but not as bad as I thought it would be, with the complete bike weighing in at 132 kilograms wet. Future Kejashi designs using stiffer, lighter materials are made possible though, by the fact that it has controlled lateral movement of the front wheel and doesn't rely on mysterious, undamped frame flex. Once I'd confirmed that the steering concept worked well, I rebuilt a YZ250 engine I had lying around, made up some simple brackets and bolted it in for 4 times the original horsepower. It's still slow for a road bike, but at least I can push the aero to a more exciting top speed, where the design really starts to work. The engine conversion actually went a lot smoother than I thought it would, which was nice. I'm very lucky to have access to the use of a dyno at work, where after some tuning it produced nearly 50 horsepower, which was surprising considering it's running a cheap carby and my custom-made belly stinger expansion chamber. I've ridden a lot of different motorcycles at work, but nothing compares to the feeling of riding this thing. Also knowing that possibly no one in history has experienced it too is special. The modern hanging off to the inside technique is used, but the bike comes with you. It's a very strange feeling to begin with, but easy once you get used to it. One benefit I didn't fully foresee until riding it was that it's very difficult to exceed the total available front tyre grip level when trail braking into a corner. This is because the front end won't allow a full swing out until the front brake is mostly released. On the other hand, the effect of trail braking the rear whilst in a turn pulls the front down into the corner, tightening your radius. I luckily haven't had an issue yet, but in the event of head shake, it is absorbed and barely transferred to the chassis, quickly dissipating before catastrophe. Whilst cornering, the wing angle of attack actually increases a bit. This is because the front ride height lowers due to the raked angle of the swinging motion, and then levels back up when in line on the straights for less drag. Also because of that motion, downforce actually assists steering, which means the faster you go, the more steering force that can be applied, which works well with the increasing grip level. The swinging movement of the steering opens up the use of all sorts of exciting new active aero/DRS designs. This first prototype is only basic, with the current rudder on there already helping a lot with tip-in. I'm not super happy at the moment with the level of outward lateral force that reaches the contact patches from the wing when cornering, but my current design choice was limited by my average fabrication skills. I fully understand that my design has a high chance of failing when it gets pushed to the limits on track, like every other alternate front end that has come before it. But to quote Kevin Cameron from the excellent Cycle World podcast, there are a great many ways to make a practical motorcycle, and if some experimenter wants to build something, has an idea and comes up with a well-engineered rideable front end, there's nothing wrong with that. Follow along in my next videos to see me fail or possibly unlock a whole new species of time attack racing motorcycle.